تِلْكَ آيَاتُ الْكِتَابِ الْمُبِينِ.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to another session of great stories. Long time back, there was no earth or stars or sun except for Allah. There was nothing. Then Allah created angels in millions. Angels followed Allah's orders. Then Allah decided to make the stars, so He made the laws of them. He filled the whole sky with red, blue, and yellow stars. Among all these stars was a beautiful yellow star called the sun. Right close to sun, Allah made a pretty blue planet called Earth. He placed huge mountains on it. He also made rivers and lakes and oceans on this planet. Allah decorated the earth with flowers and plants. Allah also placed many sorts of animals on this planet. Now Allah decided to make the first human. To do that, He took a special kind of mud. He mixed some water in it and then made a human out of it. While He left it to dry, angels came close to look at human. They were surprised to see this creature. Allah said to angels, "I am about to create a human. His name is Adam. You bow down in front of him once he's ready." Angels thought, "He will just fight and do bad things." So they went to Allah and asked, "O Allah, why you have made him? We think he will just fight with others." Allah replied, "You don't know what I know. I will show you what the human could do." So Allah gave life to Adam. Then He brought him in front of the angels. The angels did remember what Allah wanted them to do. So they all bowed down in front of him, except for one. He was Iblis. You can't imagine how jealous he was to see Adam. Allah asked him, "Why you did not bow in front of Adam?" Iblis replied, "But why should I? You have made Adam from mud, and I am made of fire. I am far better than him." Allah didn't like this answer. He was angry with Iblis. "Iblis, you are bad. You should have done exactly what I told you not to do." All the angels felt sorry for Iblis. They looked at him disappointedly. But Iblis still wouldn't listen, and he left. Allah said to the rest of the angels, "From now on, Iblis is cursed." Then he looked at Adam and said, "Why don't you tell angels what I have taught you?" Adam spoke for the first time. He didn't sound like somebody who would hurt others. "Well, Allah has taught me many things. I know the different kinds of stars Allah has made. I also know the kind of plants and animals Allah has made on the planet Earth." angels realized that Adam was smart, Allah decided to let Adam stay in the paradise for a while. The paradise is a huge garden. It is the most beautiful place anyone can imagine. It has nice weather, lots of yummy things to eat, and many places to go and enjoy. Iblis was furious when he found out that Allah has allowed Adam to live in the paradise. He stomped his feet and yelled, "I hate Adam! I hate Adam! I hate him! I hate him!" He decided to hurt Adam. "Now I have my own ways to hurt you, Mr. Adam. I will show you what I can do." So he went to Allah and said, "Give me one last chance to talk to you." Allah said, "Go ahead, say what you want." Iblis said, "You cursed me and threw me out just because I didn't bow to Adam. Well, I will show you that Adam is worthless." Then he requested Allah, "Allow me to fool him in my own ways. I want to cheat him. That way I want to take revenge from him." Allah said, "Okay, then go ahead." Iblis left, thinking how he could cheat Adam. In the beginning, Adam liked living in the paradise. There was so much to do and enjoy there. But after some time, he was sad. There was no one to talk to. He was all alone. Allah knew how Adam felt. So Allah created a woman and said to Adam, "She is your wife. From now on, both of you will live in paradise. Enjoy everything except for that one tree. Don't eat its fruit." And Allah also told Adam and Eve about Iblis. Allah said, "Iblis is your enemy. He would cheat you. He will try to make a fool of you. Make sure you don't listen to him. Make sure you don't pay any attention to him." Adam and Eve nodded their heads. Happily, they lived in the paradise. Meanwhile, Iblis was busy thinking different ways to cheat Adam. He would go to paradise silently and hide from where Adam and Eve could not see him. The two of them would go to the stream to enjoy a swim in the fresh water. And Iblis watched them from a big rock nearby. The couple went to rest under a tree, and Iblis watched them from the top of the tree. But he couldn't think of any ways to cheat them. One day, Adam and Eve went to see the tree that Allah told them to stay away from. They stopped at a distance from it and looked at it. "I wonder what Allah told us to stay away from. Why did He do that?" wondered Adam. "I don't know, but I do remember that Allah was very strict about it," replied Eve. Right at that moment, Iblis was hiding behind a bush nearby. he heard them talk about the tree. And that gave him an idea. It brought a wicked smile on his face. Now he knew what to do. He waited till the two returned to their house. Then he called at their doorstep and knocked. "Who is there?" asked Eve. "It's me, Iblis." Eve looked from the window. She was scared to see him at her doorstep. "Go away, go away. You don't obey Allah, and we don't want to talk to you. Go away." In a wicked voice, Iblis begged, "No, no, please, please listen." But Eve didn't listen, requesting her to let him in, but she didn't. So he left. Few days later, when Adam and Eve were sitting beside the stream, he sneaked close to them and said, "I really want to talk to you." Adam and Eve quickly got up, saying, "Allah has told us not to listen to you," and walked away. Iblis followed them. "I just came by to say sorry. I am really sorry for what I have done, so please forgive me." Adam and Eve didn't answer, but Iblis wouldn't give up. He followed them till they went in the house and locked the door. Iblis couldn't go. He kept screaming and crying outside the house, "Forgive me! Forgive me! Forgive me!" Adam and Eve said to each other, "He is hurt. Looks like he is sorry. It would be nice if we forgive him." The next morning, Adam and Eve were out for their morning stroll. Iblis came running to them and, like always, repeated the same thing. "Forgive me. I am really sorry." Okay, we forgive you. Now please, don't bother us. Just leave us alone." On hearing that, Iblis quickly wiped tears off his face and said, "Oh, thank you very much. I feel much better now. How can even thank you? I don't have words for that." Adam and Eve left, and Iblis stood there looking at them. "Good. Let's move to the next plan. Now I will show you the real me. It's time to take revenge." After 2 days, he came to them. "I am glad that you forgave me. I wanted to give you something in return. I can't think of anything to offer, since Allah has given you everything in paradise. But still, there is something special that I have for you. So please follow me." He walked a few steps and looked back. Adam and Eve had not moved a bit. They didn't seem interested in following him. Iblis came back to them and said, I know, you don't trust me, but I just want to give you a gift. Take it or leave it. It will be your choice." Adam said, "We don't follow you anywhere, Mr. Iblis." Eve said, "That's right, and we don't need any gifts from you either." Iblis made a sad face and said, "Oh, I'm so disappointed. You just broke my heart," and left. Iblis kept thinking, "How can I make them do what I want?" Finally, he had an idea. He went back to Adam and Eve and said, "I have a load on my chest. I will be relaxed if you just listen to me. I'm not supposed to tell you this, but after what you have done for me, this is the least I can do for you. But you promise you will never say a word about what I'm going to tell you. Would you promise?" Adam and Eve looked at each other. They didn't know what to say. And before they could decide, Iblis said, "Well, thank you for your promise. It's about that special tree, the tree on the far side of paradise. The one with beautiful fruits on it." Eve interrupted. "Excuse me, I have seen the tree. Its fruit is really weird. I won't call it beautiful. And besides, Allah has told you to not go too close to it. Isn't that what you were about to say?" asked Iblis. "Well, yes," Eve replied. "But have you ever thought why?" he asked Eve. "And what about you, Adam? Have you ever given it a thought?" Iblis asked. "Not really," replied Adam. "Then let me tell you, one bit of that tree's fruit and you will be able to live forever. I don't think you realize that you are only humans, and humans get old and die. Now you don't want to do that, what I say, then fine, don't. But just remember, you can remain strong and healthy if you eat that delicious fruit." Iblis left. Few days later, he came back and said, "I see that you are getting old. Few more years, and two of you will be dead. That would be very sad, especially when you could have lived forever. And I don't think I have to remind you. How could you do that?" With all that, Iblis vanished. After Iblis left, Adam said to Eve, "At least he's right about both of us getting old." The two went to see the tree. They found Iblis waiting for them near the tree. He clapped and said, "Excellent, excellent. I knew you would come. Do you know why? Because two of you are very smart, and you wouldn't miss on such a good deal. So why wait? Pluck the fruit and take a bite, and then you will live forever." Adam and Eve went close to the tree. For a moment, they forgot what Allah had told them. They took a bite of the fruit. They had just swallowed the first bit when they heard Iblis laugh. I have won! I have won! What do you mean you have won? I have made you disobey Allah. But how? Asked Eve. By making you eat that fruit in your hands. Both Adam and Eve threw away the fruit. Iblis laughed even harder. Oh, now it's too late. You have already done what you were not supposed to do. And with that, my job is over. My job is done. Now let's see what Allah does to two of you. Iblis cheered and jumped and laughed, and then he disappeared. Allah said to Adam and Eve, didn't I tell you to stay away from this tree? And didn't I inform you that Iblis is your enemy? Adam replied, O Allah, we have made a mistake, so forgive us and be nice to us. We will be losers if you don't forgive us. Adam and Eve cried for many days, requesting Allah to forgive them. Finally, Allah forgave them and said, now I am sending the two of you to planet Earth. You will live there, die there, and then you will come out of it. But before you go, remember, be nice to animals and plants on the planet and never fight with each other. And more importantly, keep in mind, Iblis is your enemy, so don't listen to him and never ever follow his orders. Adam and Eve moved to planet Earth, and do you know who followed them to this new place? You're right, Iblis. Adam and Eve had many children. Their children moved on to settle in different parts of the world. In a way, we all are great-great-grandchildren of Adam and Eve. Iblis is still busy, trying to make humans do bad things. But Allah likes the people who don't listen to him. The people who don't listen to Iblis will get to live in paradise. That's Allah's promise, and Allah always keeps his promise. To read this story yourself, go to chapter 2 of Holy Quran, and remember, believe in Allah and enjoy reading Quran. Till next great story, Assalamu alaikum.